female teacher in special classroom. Author, Agamora. Crossdress Small World, Part 2, The Homeroom Teacher's Plan. That's right, you didn't hear me wrong, I was actually in a women's lingerie store. Are you wondering why am I here? Like I said, this is the only way to deal with a bunch of disruptive students that I've learned from countless psychology and logic lessons. Don't waste your time looking for this method in any book, because like I said, this is the result that I myself learned from the learning process only. Let me explain a little bit. As you all know, X High School is a school that only exists for men because the educational motto given by the leadership is to prevent romantic relationships so that students can focus on their studies. I have to admit, this method is indeed very good. For generations, descendants of rich and powerful families have studied at such schools and of course have been successful. But, this educational method is not without its flaws, at least that's how I feel. Surely, students who attended schools that applied this method from an early age did not have much contact with women. Everything in this world works according to the rule of opposites, with pros and cons, with light will have darkness, with positives will have negatives. Therefore, men also need women. Indeed, not having much contact with women from a young age can help boys to ignore romantic love affairs to focus on studying. But women are magical creatures that God has given us. They are emotional individuals and bring many emotions to men. Prohibiting male students from contacting them for a long time will make the feelings in their hearts become hardened. But I am just a poor teacher who just graduated from university. Just a smart head can't help me shake an educational method that has existed for many years. So is there a way for these boys to have the opportunity to interact with girls without developing male and female feelings? For me, yes. I insist once again, only for me, because I don't think there is another teacher who thinks as monstrous as me. Put simply, I will make myself look like a girl. Thereby, male students can interact with a girl, but I am still a male, so of course, there will not be male and female feelings. As soon as I entered the store, the female salesperson greeted me professionally, "Welcome. Do you want to buy lingerie to give to your girlfriend or wife? Please let me know their measurements for convenience." I nodded to her, "Yes, I came to buy lingerie, but not for my wife or girlfriend. It's for me. As for the measurements, I don't know, but I hope to get your help." The female salesperson immediately made a surprised expression. I don't know if she was surprised because a man bought women's lingerie for himself or because I was able to casually state my purpose with such nonchalant look. But very quickly, she used a professional attitude to answer, "Yes, what style and color would you like to choose?" I thought for a moment and then said, Any color is fine, the style is a bit polite because I have to wear it in a place where there are a lot of people." The female salesperson once again scratched her hair in confusion, like, even wearing it in a place where there are a lot of people? Despite thinking so, she still replied to me with respect, "Yes, please follow me." Must say, this store staff is very professional. I really enjoyed this salesperson's attitude. I followed her to a stall that had many different models of lingerie. She said, "Since you do not have many specific requirements, I recommend you a model of lingerie that is selling well in our store. This is a new lingerie model from a Japanese brand, Shirahato, with a youthful and pretty design that young girls are looking for." I looked in the direction the female salesperson introduced, where it was a very feminine lingerie model. I saw about 5 different colors. But I don't care too much, just choose random is fine. I nodded to the female salesperson, "Okay, you can help me pack a set of the right size for me, it's up to you to choose color." After measuring my body carefully, She walked over to the closet and took out a lingerie set that was the exact model she had just recommended. It is not known whether accidentally or intentionally, she chose coral pink. When I was about to pay, I saw a stall displaying models of tights. I thought I might need them at some point, so I bought one as well. Because I really like the service attitude of this salesperson, I intentionally tip her a little bit. Although I am not a rich person, this fee is not paid by me. Perhaps because he felt guilty about giving me a special class, the principal gave me a sizable amount of money to prepare teaching equipment. After paying, this female salesperson personally saw me at the door. After buying lingerie, I continued to drive to a nearby women's clothing store. At X High School, teachers are allowed to wear clothes freely, as long as it's polite. I don't have to choose the standard office attire. The staff of this store are also extremely respectful to customers. But unlike the girl at the lingerie store, the salesperson at this store was a middle-aged woman in her 40s. She didn't ask me too much about why I bought women's clothes. I guess she's probably met the same type of customer during her years in sales. This saves me a lot of time. Anyway, it's class time right now. It's also reluctant for me to leave the school. At this store, I also asked this female salesperson to help me choose a female outfit. Although I also took a class on women's fashion, but I don't think my aesthetic can be better than that of real women. Luckily, this store doesn't specialize in one type of clothing like a lingerie store, so here I can almost buy everything I need, including outfits, socks, shoes, makeup kits, bags, and even a teen wig. To save time, I paid in full and borrowed the store's fitting room to change clothes. The female salesperson asked me if I needed help, but I refused. I've never worn women's clothing before, but I think I can do it. As for the makeup phase, I have studied through many makeup classes from basic to advanced and always get the maximum score. Don't wonder why I learned so much. During my high school and university years, I used all the money I earned to learn everything I could. Unlike my classmates, at this age I take learning as a pleasure, instead of spending it on luxuries like karaoke, drinking. And why am I so good at most of the subjects I'm studying? Many people will think I'm a genius, but in reality, I always put 100% effort into them. Because for a poor child like me, trying my best is the only way I can go. I walked into the narrow fitting room with a large mirror mounted on the wall. I started taking off all the men's clothes I was wearing. Looking at my slim figure in the mirror, I shook my head in depression. Although I'm confident I can easily beat a featherweight or lower MMA fighter, my thin figure isn't even qualified to compete in flyweight. Without thinking about it, I took out my lingerie from the lingerie store's bag. Only now have I had the opportunity to take a closer look at this lingerie set. This is a coral pink lingerie set with a very youthful, discreet design and a very high level of finish. This bra made of nylon yarn combined with rayon yarn, with a round cup 3/4 and quite thick padding. So the better, at least this bra can help me own a fake breast, a glimpse under the outer clothes probably not too different from real women's breasts. This panties is made of polyester fabric, with a bow attached in the middle of this panties. The whole lingerie set is mixed with lace as decorative motifs, making this lingerie set look outstanding. I put on women's panties. The front part is quite spacious, so I don't feel as constricted as I imagined. On the contrary, polyester fabric also gives me a feeling of coolness and comfort than men's briefs. Next, I ran my hand through the bra straps and buckle the hook on my back. Maybe for many people, the first time buckle this hook is extremely difficult, but for me, it is not challenging. I only need to do it once. Next, I put on my female clothing set. The top is a blazer, a trend these days, featuring a large black bow at the collar. Black pleated skirt is very spacious and comfortable. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this outfit. If I have to tell you one detail that makes me uncomfortable, it's probably the length of this skirt. It's a bit short. But no problem. I am a person who gets used to new things very easily, so even though it was my first time wearing women's clothes, I quickly got used to the feeling of wearing them. I used my superior skill to lightly apply makeup to my face and then put the wig on my head. Finally, I completed the change of clothes by putting on black ballet flats and a handbag. I took one last look at myself in the mirror and nodded. With a completely girly body and facial features, along with clothes and makeup, I look like a cute, active young girl right now. When I stepped out of the fitting room, I also received admiring glances from the staff in the store. The female salesperson who received me also suggested that I combine a hairpin on the wig, which is considered a gift from their store. Currently, there is still a period until the end of school. I have been away for most of the class. But that's okay, today my responsibility is just to take the class and introduce. Although I am a person who doesn't express too much emotion, right now, I'm a bit anxious to know if my method will work or not. I got in the motorbike and back to school. To be continued. Today's story would like to stop here. Thank you for watching. Please like and share for people with similar interests to motivate me to develop my channel. Goodbye and see you in another story.